Well, in the 1920s, 1 out of 3 Americans lived and worked on a farm. Today, that number is 1 out of 50. For many, leaving the farm for the city is a rite of passage. But our next guests have proven to be the exception. Kyla Hamilton and Deborah Clark went from the city to the farm. Thanks for joining us today, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So what were your biggest misconceptions about food prior to actually working on a farm?
I think for me, it was taking food for granted. You know, in my previous life, I had a great opportunity to travel for both recreation and in my different careers, and ate at the best restaurants and ate at the best mom and pops. But all along, I just took food for granted.
The same for me. I mean, you go into a grocery store at any given time, on any given day, in any given place, and it's completely stocked. And so you go through your list and you gather your items, and perhaps you don't put much thought into the farmer's perspective of what it took, the care and the risk involved to get it from that seed to the finished product.
So share with us a little bit about your perspective as farmers, and female farmers at that.
Well, you know, the fastest growing segment in agriculture are women, and women are coming back and to farms and ranches and having bigger ownership and playing a bigger role in existing generational farms and ranches. I think that it's a great, we have a different perspective, and we share common attributes and care and concern for how we produce the food that we supply to the world.
And notable that women, we wear so many hats, and that farming and ranching, it's not a job, it's a lifestyle. And so we implement not only the husbands and the wives, but our children too, and multi-generational. And so it truly is a family affair. And so although women have always been involved on the farm and ranch, they're starting to take a more hands-on front woman approach than in years past.
Well, I'm in Nebraska right now, and the background that you ladies have there in Texas looks like it could just be, you know, not too far from where we're at. So here in Nebraska, obviously, we're concerned and we care a lot about our farming communities and families. And then also we're learning more about just the impact on the environment and how smart farmers are getting. Can you shed a little light on that for us?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that surprised me and that I'd like to share with other folks is we're not just involved in food production. The decisions we make through our grazing and our farming practices have direct beneficial impact on the environment. And that's what we're trying to do, is produce more beef, produce more crops using less resources. You know, this is our livelihood, but we want this environment to stay productive and beneficial for our children and our grandchildren as well.
That's right. I mean, I'm a mom first, and so I want to create that freshest, safest food to feed my babies as any other mother would to theirs. And so using those programs that the NRCS gives us, those conservation programs, and really protecting those resources, our land, our soil, our air, our water, preserving all of that, I'm sure the same as farmers in Nebraska do. I mean, it truly is a nationwide union, not specific to any location.
Well, I tell you what, I'm a mom, and it gives me confidence to see other moms out there really get in the fields, getting involved. A neat transition both of you guys made, going from the city to the farm life, and good information this morning for our viewers. If they want to look up more online, where would you send them?
Oh goodness, a great resource we have is watergrows.org, as well as findourcommonground.com. Common Ground is an organization of women farmers. We represent over 22 states, have over 200 volunteers. I mean, there's all sorts of agriculture, so you can directly engage with a farmer on that website and just answer any questions that you might have.
Awesome. Farm power and girl power.
Yeah. And come on down to our farms and ranches.
Absolutely.
We have an open door policy, and we'd love to show you how we work with food on a daily basis.
Sounds like a field trip to me. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mike, we'll send it over to you.